Okay, so let's unpack this one. We're diving into something pretty esoteric today, I think.
Definitely out there. It's a transcript from, what, 1987?
Yeah, 1987, an encounter at the Crookes TOPY station in Sheffield. It wasn't published until much later, 2010.
Right. And this wasn't just a chat, was it? It was like an assessment.
Exactly. A suitability test for someone they called a ratio 3 individual, conducted by a ratio 4 individual.
All happening in this place called the nursery, which was apparently kept dark. Sounds intense.
Very. And it was all for this group, the Temple of the Cross of Light.
We should probably clarify what the temple actually was based on this text.
Good point. The source describes it as a research project focused on first-hand psychic experience.
Not religion, then, more like experimental psychology, but way outside the mainstream.
Totally. They used, it says, repeated non-traditional rituals, the aim. Accessing information you just couldn't get otherwise.
Verifiable information, supposedly. Stuff beyond normal science or, social understanding. They were trying to build a new foundation, really.
Which fits with their whole anti-establishment thing, right?
Absolutely. The writings are pretty clear on that. They reject commercialism, materialism, authority, hierarchies.
All the usual suspects.
Pretty much. Breaking free from that was like step one for any real experience, in their view.
And their take on transcendence seems different, too. It wasn't the ultimate goal.
No, more like the beginning, a starting point. There's this mix of, well, scorn for the system, but also compassion for people trying to escape it, and respect mixed with mockery. It's complex.
Okay, let's get into the interview itself. The ratio 3 candidate had some pretty wild ideas about control.
Right. When asked about control, the response was basically that control is an illusion.
Because?
Because thought and action are also illusions. That's a heavy concept.
Whoa. Okay, so if thought is an illusion, how do you think clearly? How does that work?
Well, the candidate admitted it's hard, because most of what we think is just a vague paraphrase of thoughts expressed by others.
So you're just echoing, not really thinking your own thoughts.
Essentially. You're stuck recycling, which is what they were testing for, I guess. Can you break out of that conditioning?
Which brings us to concentration. They said concentration comes from distraction. That sounds like a loop.
It does, yeah. Like, how do you concentrate if you need the very thing you're trying to avoid?
So what's the solution?
An effort of will. That's the key. Even if thought is illusory, the will to direct it, or maybe break the pattern, that seems to be real in their framework. You have to consciously push.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Let's shift to memory then. This lie of memory idea is unsettling.
It really is. They ask what happens to strong feelings, like joy or misery, after they stop.
And the answer?
They get subsumed in the great lie of memory, which presents itself as truth. Basically, memory pretends to be real experience, but it's not.
Wow. And it gets worse, right? Didn't they say those states weren't even truly experienced in the first place?
Yeah, that they were just flickers, given false weight by memory trying to make sense of things. Which, if you think about it, completely undermines our sense of self based on past feelings.
So if memory's a lie, what about time? How did they view chronology?
They just sort of rejected it. Present time knows neither beginning nor end. That's the quote.
So the past, the future, beginnings, ends. Those are just constructs.
Pseudological conventions, they call them. Ways we try to control or, understand time, which maybe can't be understood that way.
Which leads inevitably to death. How did they frame the fear of death?
They made a distinction. It's not death itself we fear, because we can't be conscious of it.
Right.
What we actually fear is imagining death. The pain, nothingness, or whatever lurid ideas others plant in our heads.
So the fear is just another fantasy, another illusion we impose on ourselves.
Pretty much. Another form of self-imposed control tied into those conventions about the end.
Okay, after all that. Illusion, memory lies, timelessness. Did they offer any practical advice? Anything for, living?
Surprisingly, yes. Towards the end, it gets quite grounded, actually. It's about being heard.
How so?
To get your message across, you need to, first, know your audience and find the right way to reach them, the right media.
Makes sense.
Second, overcome your own inhibitions. Don't hold back. And third, crucially, reject the unprofitable, tyrannical standards of others about who gets to be an expert.
So don't wait for permission. If you have something to say it. Find your platform.
Exactly. Don't let traditional gatekeepers stop you, which is pretty relevant advice, even today.
Definitely. A powerful takeaway from such a strange source. So what's the final thought for you, our listener, to chew on?
It comes directly from the source text itself, and it's a bit of a mind bender.
Lay it on us.
The text suggests the full significance of the record will not be revealed until the record is complete.
Okay.
And the record will not be complete before its compilers die.
Wow.
Yeah.
So ultimate understanding only comes with finality, with the end of the consciousness seeking it.
That seems to be the implication, that the complete picture, the real truth they were after, maybe it's only accessible after everything stops.
Something to definitely mull over as you navigate your own, perhaps illusory sense of time and control.